Oh, that was a beautiful shot. Oh my God. At least 15 pounds, I think.
All right, guys, here's everything I know about buffalo. For the most part, they're generally going to stick to bodies of water that have either a really slow moving current or they're pretty much stagnant. They don't like to expend a whole lot of energy. Buffalo also like to spend a lot of their time around cover. And when I say cover, I'm talking about trees, bushes, floating logs, floating debris, trash, really anything.
It was a real good cast, I remember going for him. I think I frickin' hit him. Yep. Holy.
That was a good ass. What's the tip of that? Where all the trash.
And I think they stick to cover not only because it provides a little bit of protection, but it also is a food source. Buffalo need any solid surface that algae can grow on, and they'll suck that algae right off it. And this works to a bow fisher's advantage because they're stupid. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. When this finally clicked in my head, I was like, oh, I've missed so many buffalo. But when buffalo are feeding at the surface, especially on, like, say, a floating log, they'll flip upside down and they'll start sucking away at that log. And whenever they're at the top of the water, they'll sometimes pick up a little bit of air and they make this sound. Something kind of like that. And whenever you hear that, there's a really good chance it's a buffalo. Sometimes I've heard that sound and it's a bluegill or a gar pecking at the surface. But if it's some like thick make-out sounds like, it's probably a buffalo. And whenever you hear that sound, human ears are pretty good at figuring out where sounds are coming from. Look at where you think that sound came from, and you're probably going to see ripples or bobs in the water from either that log moving or the fish itself moving. And buffalo are incredibly oblivious fish. I've seen someone walk into the Merrimack River and gaff a buffalo right out of the water. Like they were within 2 feet of this fish. I've also shot buffalo at point blank. Like they're very oblivious creatures. So don't be afraid to scare them away. Now they won't always make that kissing sound. Sometimes when they're feeding deep, or say they're feeding on a stick, you'll see a stick moving in the water. Not too much, but you'll know it's like an unnatural movement that a fish is feeding probably at the bottom of that stick. Sometimes I'll hear this sound. It's like a... And I'm pretty sure they're buffalo. I normally can't see them whenever they're that deep, but I think that's their gill plates slapping shut.
Oh, that was just beautiful.
Now, another way to try to pinpoint buffalo is to look for what I call dust clouds, basically discoloration in the water that's normally lighter than the rest of the water. And what's probably happening with dust clouds, and this isn't just specific to buffalo, but sometimes it is, whenever they're spawning or feeding, they'll just kick up a lot of dust with their tail or their mouth. And in a river, it's really easy to find dust clouds because you'll see this long streak going down the river. And to find the fish, you just walk up until that dust cloud or that muddy streak meets clean water, and the fish is probably somewhere in that vicinity. In stagnant pools, it's a little bit harder because there's not a constant like refreshing of clean water to drive away the mud. But if you see a dust cloud, there's definitely a fish there. I can't guarantee it'll be a carp, but normally, at least where I bow fish, is probably a carp. So the main points of this video, you're going to see buffalo in slowly moving or stagnant water. They're going to hang around cover, and they're going to eat algae off of that cover. Normally, you can hear them feeding with that sound, or that sound of their gill plates clapping together. And sometimes you can also figure out where they are based on dust clouds. So in general, buffalo are pretty stupid. Don't be scared of scaring them away, because you probably won't unless you're just absolutely clunking through the water. And even if you do scare them away, there's like 10,000 more. So don't be too worried. So I hope I helped someone out. I love talking about bow fishing. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to respond to them.
Oh yeah. It's a buffalo.